Hey guys, what is up? It's your girl, Grace Tori, and I am back with a whole new podcast episode. Today we are doing the final episode of my glow up series, and that is how to glow up your space, your environment, wherever you spend a lot of your time, whether that's like a workspace, your bedroom, whatever it may be, we're going to talk about it. I'm so excited. If you want to hear about any other areas of glowing up, I think we covered health and fitness, style, mentality, and there was one more. Oh, finances. So if you're interested in hearing any of that, then go ahead and check those out after this episode. You don't have to listen to it in any particular order, but they're all ways to help you glow up in 2024. Now, we are about to jump in, but I had some orders of business to cover. First off, if you're listening to this, don't forget to do a little self-care. I'm doing this on a Sunday. I'm uploading it on a Sunday. I'm filming it on a Sunday because procrastination. So I have a face mask on and some lip mask, some eye mask. We are going all out for the self-care, but do whatever works best for you. I just want you to make sure that you are giving yourself some self-love today. And then the other order of business, guys, if you follow me on Instagram, you know that it has been a whole debacle getting the Lover Snow Globe from Taylor Swift's store. I ordered it, was one of the lucky people who got it back when it went on sale in November, and then they didn't send it to me. I reached out to them. They finally sent it to me. It was broken. And they basically told me that they were out of stock and I was going to have to just take a credit, which is fine. I get it. But look what showed up in the mail randomly, like 2 days ago. A not broken Lover Snow Globe. And it does play Lover. I won't play it right now because podcasting. But I'm obsessed with her. She is a new addition to the set. It makes me want all of the snow globes, but that was truly the Great War to get this one. So, I don't know. I'm going back and forth. I don't want to pay resale prices, but I do want to have all of them just lined up against my window because it makes me really happy. So, maybe one day. Maybe. But, yeah, those are the two things I really wanted to talk about. Just some silly girly things. And now we're just going to go ahead and jump on into today's podcast episode. I'm Grace Tori, and you're listening to That Girl the Podcast. Grab a beverage of choice and settle in, because the new episode is starting now. I think today is probably going to be a shorter episode just because I only have like 9 tips, maybe a little more, probably like 11 tips, whereas usually I have like 20, but I just didn't have as many. It was hard to find them. You guys know that I'm like researching all this on the internet. It's not just like my opinion. I wanted to make sure all of this was the best tips I could possibly give you. But I did notice that there's just not as much about your environment and it's all the same. Like it's super repetitive. So I found the best tips I could, but if the episode is a little bit shorter, my B guys, I didn't want to like make things up that aren't actually helpful. So that's where we're at. So the first thing that I have is about you as a person, and that is to surround yourself in nature at least once a day, whether that's going for a walk, whether that's taking your dogs out. I know that it's difficult in February. It literally snowed so bad like 2 days ago, and the snow's just now melting. So I get it, girl. I get it. But being in nature is so helpful. It's like a reset, and it just immediately calms you down. I don't know the science behind that. That's just from experience. But I think that being in nature daily is not just like an opinion I have, but everyone suggests it. So even if it's for 5 minutes, aim for 30. But if you just do 5, you'll be on the right track. If it's like freezing cold, then you can't. Sitting in natural lighting also helps. Like right now, how I have my natural lighting window. I don't even have my ring light going right now because the light is so good today, probably from reflecting off the snow, but yeah, even just sitting in natural lighting, being around nature as much as possible is a huge mood booster, and it's going to aid in the glow up. Next is to have a 10 to 15 minute, depending on what you are wanting to do, what your schedule is, tidy daily. So set your alarm for 10 or 15 minutes and clean for that time period. Sometimes you'll feel like afterwards you want to keep going, and sometimes you won't, but as long as you do that 10 to 15 minutes, you're golden. You feel like you accomplished something. You are slowly but surely getting things done. And once you get everything under control and you get everything clean, then that 10 to 15 minute a day is going to be all that you need to keep it clean. It's just the initial getting everything clean to begin with that's hard. But once you're caught up on that, you'll be good with the 10 to 15 minute day. But that's like in addition to doing laundry and stuff, so don't stop doing that, obviously. Just the 10 to 15 minute tidy a day. I have like a lot of words today. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully this makes sense. I drank a lot of coffee. That's definitely what's going on. I actually have it right here. We went to Dunkin' this morning, and then we went to see my horse, so it's been a good day for me. Our next tip is to clean in the moment. What do I mean by that? What I mean is if you're cooking, clean dishes as you're cooking. If you are painting, clean up the paint when you're done. Don't leave things for later. If you put laundry on the floor, go ahead and put that laundry in the laundry basket. If you don't already have a load going, go start a load and get that going. Do things in the moment and then you won't have to do it later. We are all about proactive organization versus reactive organization. Organization is the key to everything. So let's be a proactive girly and make sure we are doing things while it's not as overwhelming, cleaning it in the moment, getting it done, versus being really overwhelmed, having a very reactive moment where, I don't know about you, but when my house gets too dirty, I literally have an anxiety attack and then I just clean everything. We don't want to do that. That's not the vibe anymore. So yeah. Also, look at my sweatshirt. It's from Akitar. Yep, it's so cute. It says Valaris City of Starlight and then it has the mountain. Sorry, I just had to talk about it because it's my favorite thing ever. I've been wearing it like every day. So yeah, I'm obsessed. This one I have really been trying to do since the beginning of 2024, and that's to have at least one social outing per week outside of like work and your regularly scheduled stuff. So work, school, whatever it may be, do one social outing. And that could be going out to dinner with a friend, that could be going to the bars with your friends, that could be going to a coffee shop with your friends. Even if you don't necessarily know anyone, maybe you just go to a coffee shop and read a book. Depending on how social you are is kind of how you want to gauge it. For me, I made the rule that going on a date with my boyfriend does not count because I see him every day. I do stuff with him every day. So even though going out with him may be social, it doesn't count for me because I want to go out of my comfort zone. And I miss my friends. I just get so caught up in the daily grind. And I've noticed that when I do hang out with them, I feel better. I am more on track. I'm just happier. So at least one social outing per week. If you already do one, aim for two or make it harder so that you have to do a really social thing. Just gauge it based on where you're currently at and then go from there. Lighting in your home. Lighting in your home is so important. So I like to have smaller lights everywhere. Candles, salt lamps, natural lighting, fairy lights. What is the official term for them? Twinkly lights? I don't know. All the vibey, warm tone lighting. I don't like big lights. I just want it to be a cozy little tent vibey feeling. So that's what I go for. But go for lighting that is going to make you feel cozy, is going to make you feel at home, what vibes with your personal style. Lighting makes all the difference. If you just have like cool tone LED lights everywhere, you're not going to feel comfortable. It's actually not good for you. There's studies behind being in LED cool light and how it affects your sleep. So make sure that you are doing things based on how cozy it's going to be, your own style, and what you tolerate. Do some research. It's like a fun little thing to research, is what light is gonna go well in your house, like what different lighting does to you, etc. Sunset lamps are really cheap right now and they're great. I have one in my bedroom from Five Below. It works great. I've heard the one on TikTok Shop works really great as well. So just make sure that the lighting in your house is cozy and giving off the vibe you want. This is kind of an excuse to go buy some things for your house and splurge a little, because who doesn't want to do that? Don't work or eat in your bedroom. So I'm guilty of this. I work and I eat in my bedroom, but you don't want to do either. You want your bedroom to be a sacred place just for like coziness and sleep, because it does affect your ability to sleep. If you're getting work done and you're eating in there, you're going to associate your room with a place of work and a place where you're doing very active things. So you kind of want to reserve your bedroom for very, bedroom things. Don't bring things in there that are not meant to be in there, because your brain is gonna make it harder for you to fall asleep and do the bedroom things if you're thinking about the million other things that you need to do and that you allow yourself to do in there. So that's been like a tip that I feel like has been going around for literal years, but I wanted to bring it up again because it's true. It's very important and it makes a huge difference instantly. So we're talking an instant glow up. So yeah. We talked about organization, but this next tip is to keep your life organized. Some ways to do that is to have planners, to-do lists, meal plans, and budgets. You want to take the guesswork out of your life. I know for me, when I have to make so many decisions, I get so overwhelmed. And I do have to make a lot of decisions in terms of the podcast. The dogs have been doing a lot with social media, so I've been having to do like brand deals and things like that and keep everything organized and due dates and all that. Also, I work full time, cleaning, all of the different things that go on in my life. I have to make so many decisions within a day, and I'm sure you do too because we're all busy. But to take some of the guesswork out of that makes it so much easier. So meal prep so that you know what you're going to have for dinner. Budget so that you know how much money you can and can't spend. Write everything down in your planner so that you have a schedule and you know what you're doing. Write a to-do list so that you know how much you have to do that day, and once you get done, you feel a sense of pride and you don't feel like you don't have that question of what else do I need to do today. So keep your life organized and take out the guesswork. Set the vibes with all 5 senses in your home. So all 5 of your senses should feel calmness and some sort of happiness from being in your home. So to do all 5 senses, let me give you an example. Obviously, looking at the home, you should feel cozy by sight. Hearing, whether that's silence, whether that's having a little water fountain. We used to have one of those in my room or in my house in college. Taste is eating comforting, warm foods in your home, whatever your style may be. Maybe it's healthy food, maybe it's comforting food, whatever makes you happy, just like cooking and feeling the vibes. Smell, that could be a candle, that could be a simmer pot, that could be whatever works for you. Touch, blankets, comfy slippers, comfy robe. You see where I'm going with this. You want all 5 senses to feel happy and at peace when you're in your home. You want it to feel cozy, you want it to feel like your spot. And so that's how you do that, is you appeal to all 5 senses. Make your home yours. It should be your safe space. So I was thinking about this, and the best way to do that obviously is decor. My thing is you want to make it your own. So you want to romanticize it in your own way. For me, romanticize is very classic romanticize. So I like the Victorian style. I like the coziness. I like the maps and the, I don't even know, like Aristotle type situation going on, like classic Victorian, warm, cozy mix of things. But the best way to figure out what your romantic style is to go on Pinterest and type in romantic home decor. And I've noticed that it does a good mix of like my vibes and the stuff I'm typically looking for, because I do look for home decor and like different decorating tactics and styles already. So when I type in romantic home decor, it gives me a mix of that style that I'm typically looking at and the traditional romantic home decor that people like. So go on there, play around, find out what your decor is, and then aim for it. You can DIY a lot more than people think. You can spray paint things from Goodwill. You can paint things like shelves and such. You are way more capable than people want you to believe. People want you to think that buying a $500 shelf from HomeGoods is the only way to get a beautiful shelf, which they do have beautiful shelves, and if you have the money, then go ahead. Like, if you don't have the time and you have the money, go ahead. But if you are someone who is on a budget like myself and you would rather DIY something because you're putting the love and the energy into it, that is like super important to me, then go to Goodwill. Go to places where they have items that have been pre-loved. Items that you may find that you enjoy. Amazon has great home decor. I just like to make things my own. I like them to be unique. I like my home to look like nobody else's. So that's why I DIY a lot. But Amazon, Goodwill, I'm not swearing off HomeGoods. I love HomeGoods. I love TJ Maxx. They do have great stuff. But I have noticed that when I only buy things from HomeGoods, I start to feel like my house looks like everybody else's. So I like to mix in other unique things. Pinterest often has links to buy the things that you are looking at, so you can go that route. You just want your home to feel like yours and nobody else's. You want it to be your safe space. So do what you gotta do to make it feel like you. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. It can be as quirky, as weird, as unique as you want it to be. As long as you feel happy and safe in your home, nothing else matters. Literally nothing else matters. Well, that was my last tip. I thought I had more, but that was the last one. This episode was quite a bit shorter, but like I said, I wanted it to all be helpful tips and not just me trying to make it longer. So I hope you enjoyed the Glow Up series. Let me know what other things you want me to talk about, whether it's glowing up, whether it's advice, whether it's silly, goofy things. I'm here for the girls. I love talking to you all, and I want to give you content that you want to see. So if you haven't already, don't forget to like, follow, share, subscribe, all the things. Leave a rating and review. I want to hear from you and hear what you love, maybe what you don't love so much. All of it is super helpful to me. It blows up my podcast and it means the world. If you're watching this on the Sunday it comes out, have a great night. If you're watching this on any other day, I hope you have a great morning, afternoon, or night. I love you so, so much, and I'll see you in my next podcast episode. Bye, guys.